Hey, Fightin' Phils fans, Mike Ventola with you here. We're on the field here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and from what you can see from behind us, though, the field doesn't look like a field. There'll be a new playing service starting in 2019 when the Fightin' Phils come up from Clearwater, and standing to my left is the guy who's getting the job done and making sure that the new playing service next season is set and ready to go, and that's Dan "Dirt" Douglas, and Penny's with us as well, too. And Dirt, thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us.
Thanks for coming down to my domain here on the field.
No, absolutely. And, this is quite a process, obviously, in trying to make sure the playing service for next season is set and ready to go. But I guess the first question is, why develop a new playing service after the field's already been so good for such a long time?
Well, a useful life of a field is normally about 7 or 8 years. We've had this field in now. We played for 11 seasons, so it's getting a little bit past its prime. Things just wear out. Every time there's an event out here, there's a little bit of a scar. Huh, Penny? And a little scar left, and after a while it adds up, and we have to replace it, dig down, and start again.
So obviously now, like you said, it's got to get reset and ready to go for a new season. But with that, what's the process like in trying to develop a new playing service?
Well, we're currently stripping out the old grass. Weather delayed today, but we will remove the existing field. We will then start tilling up and reducing all the compaction in the field, touch up some of the irrigation work, improve some of the drainage, and then put new grass back on it.
How much manpower, because it's probably a job obviously not just for you, how much manpower do you have to bring in to help you out?
We hired King Sports Construction, which is a firm. They only have 3 guys. I'm helping them out a little bit. A lot of it's tractor work. It's 2.5 acres, and it's a lot of sitting on a tractor. And a little bit of hand work after a while. So it only takes a couple guys, but it just takes a little bit of time.
Now, in kind of going into my next question, what type of equipment? So obviously having to get a company to come in and help you out. So it seems like it's just, as we see, like you said, a couple tractors hanging out there right now.
Right, and that's what it is. It's it's big equipment with the right kind of tires on it and the right implements on it, and and the biggest the biggest challenge is getting the proper grade back on the field, and that's a quality firm that knows what they're doing, and lasers and all sorts of stuff involved with that.
Now, for you, you've been at this over a week, obviously, and it's a lengthy process, for if there are no weather days. I know sometimes we've had the battle of the rain and the cooler temperatures. How long does this process take?
We I'm going to guess, and I'm trying to factor weather into it. I'm hoping to have grass here within another week to 10 days. Really depends on the weather after that, but probably in about 10 days. 7 good working days of working the soil, and then 2 or 3 days to sod.
Now, I'm sure some fans were wanting to know, why you had to start the process a little bit later, but large in part was because of high school football being held here. And, after all the football teams came in and did some, heavy work here on the field, the field, I'm sure, was still pretty good, though, after all the football games that were played.
Yeah, I was pretty happy the way the field held up, especially with the couple inches of rain we had in between there. And then the last game, it held up very well. It was good, safe playing surface at the end. We had a few events after that we had to wait for before we could start the project. So here we are just about November, and we'll have it done in a couple of weeks and ready to go by the first week of April.
One final question. I know Penny here in your arms. How much has she helped in this early process here of getting the new playing surface set and ready to go?
Penny does her best to be in the way at all times, and it keeps you loose. And it's a nice trip hazard. But other than that, she's great to have around.
I was about to say, Penny, not too bad right now, licking Dirt's hand right now. But Dirt, want to thank you for stopping by. I'm sure we'll get a chance to talk again once this new playing surface looks brand new for next season.
Yeah, come back in 2 weeks and it'll be green and lush, and everybody will forget what happened.
Exactly so. That's Dan "Dirt" Douglas. He's been doing some great work here for such a long time. He's getting ready to go into his 29th season here with the Reading Fightin' Phils. Looking forward to seeing him here at the ballpark here, hopefully throughout the winter and into the coming months as 2019 rolls around. I'm Mike Ventola. Thanks for stopping by.